Halftime Report is presented by Toyota. Get the most out of your day, every day.
Kerry Collins executing the Saints' game plan. Success throwing the ball downfield. They trail the Niners by 1.
That's right.
Mag in Dublin.
We have cinnamon macadamia encrusted sea bass and a warm banana chutney.
Looking for something
Today's
really
special is
delicious?
Pepper-painted chicken neck with the mango habanero mojo and sauce romanesco.
Sauce what?
We recommend Wendy's new Steakhouse Bacon Cheeseburger, a naturally smoked blend of Swiss and cheddar bacon and sautéed onions in a savory steak sauce.
And finally, a warm lobster cappuccino.
Lobster cappuccino.
Lobster cappuccino.
I hear it. I just don't believe it.
Wendy's new Steakhouse Bacon Cheeseburger. Dig in.
For 50 years, Lynn's Jewelers has been a trusted source in Columbus for fine diamonds and gold jewelry. Unfortunately, this tradition must end. Lynn's is closing forever, and all fine jewelry must be sold. All diamond, ruby, emerald, and sapphire rings, earrings, and pendants. All gold chains and watches. All fine pearls. Yes, this is a sale on everything in the store, not just what some store wants to get rid of. No special low-quality sale merchandise, but all diamond and gold jewelry assembled during Lynn's over 50 years in business. Lynn's Jewelers, downtown Columbus. Only when a store is going out of business can fine jewelry be sold for prices so low.
And in cities across the nation, communities are facing a critical problem: children at risk.
Hi, I'm Ray Brown with the San Francisco 49ers.
Through United Way, we've seen programs that work to solve problems. That's why we're part of the NFL United Way team, bringing all the community resources together to protect all children.
The NFL, the United Way, and you, the power of teamwork.
Welcome back to San Francisco, California, where the 49ers are leading the Saints 14-13. We're almost ready to start the third quarter of play. This is not the normal score between these teams. The last three meetings, 87-7, San Francisco. But what makes this one different, Jerry Rice has not caught a pass in the first half of play. It is stunning because it's the first time he's been held without one since 1992.
They tried to get a couple of them to him, but they were a little high.
Yeah, just a little high. And also, I think the Saints have really done an excellent job in the secondary of jumping all the shorter routes. I really feel like the 49ers are going to have to try and go down the field a bit more in the second half and create some big plays for themselves.
Rice upset with himself a week ago for a couple of drops. One would have been a touchdown. Saints to kick off as we start the second half. Chuck Levy at the 1. Gets it to the 23 and no further. San Francisco will start from there. Let's take a look at the first half stats from this ball game. And one of the biggest stats in this game was turnovers. 5 in total. San Francisco turned it over 3 of the first 4 times. The rushing game virtually non-existent for both teams. San Francisco leading in the time of possession. That's something they rarely do. They score so quickly. Hurst and Edwards in the eye. Hurst, and they'll blow the play dead. An inauspicious beginning to
prior to the snap, false start. Number 66 offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Kevin Gogan. Let's go to Solomon Wilcott. Solomon, what do you have?
Mike, the biggest adjustment made by Mike Ditka at halftime is he had his players change from the smaller 5/8-inch cleat to the larger 3/4 of an 8-inch cleat because the players are slipping so much. He's also concerned about the fact that they're fumbling the ball now. The cleats will only help them keep their footing. It won't help them hold on to the ball, Mike.
No, it won't unless they put them on their gloves. Young with that little half roll. Wide open is Hurst. Garrison Hearst, 81 yards and a touchdown. That time, instead of dropping straight back, they went with a little half roll, and it bought him some more time.
Well, what it managed to do is it manages to allow him to get lost. Right in there. Excuse me, not there. He's over here. He's going to wind up going down the field. You see him come to the middle. He's rolling away. Now he does a good job of just hanging and heading on up the field. That's what happens when you get mismatches. You get a halfback outside. Nobody can quite figure out who's supposed to cover him.
Wade Ritchie, the rookie, plays kicker for the point after, and he got it. Steve Young with the longest touchdown pass of the season, and Garrison Hearst, 81 yards.
It's an idea that's been around for a pretty long time. At Southwest Airlines, we call it Friends Fly Free. Just buy a round-trip full-fare ticket, and a friend comes along, absolutely free. Of course, like any great deal, it doesn't last forever. So purchase your ticket by December 9th and travel by April 2nd. Because you don't want to get left behind.
You are now free to move about the country.
Weekends are for catching up with the life you missed during the week. That's why Sprint is creating a world where you can call anyone, anywhere, all weekend long. For just $25 a month. All Saturday, all Sunday. No limits. Introducing Sprint Unlimited Weekends. Come live in a world created around you. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP. Sprint. Ahead.
I'm a CEO. I'm an engineer.
I'm a student.
We needed a server-based network. Powerful workstations.
A notebook with DVD.
For 16,000 people. But what I wanted...
What I needed.
I couldn't find. Then Dell came to see me.
So
I called Dell.
I went to Dell on the internet.
And they built it. And they built it.
Just for me.
Just for us.
And amazingly enough...
This direct way. Actually costs less. That's genius.
Be direct. Dell. Dell computers use Intel Pentium 2 processors.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of the telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Garrison Hearst after an 81-yard touchdown reception from Steve Young. He was split out as a flanker, and the 49ers had Sammy Knight beaten on the play, couldn't catch him. 21-13 San Francisco, and Ritchie set to kick off again. That is the quick strike San Francisco offense that people have come to see over the years. Craver again from the 1. Hammered at the 18. Let's go back to the touchdown, Joe.
What happens, Mike, is this really is a design play. What you want to do is you want to get the backside receiver right here, which is Garrison Hearst. He's just going to come on down and lollygag a little bit. As Young rolls out, he blows up the field. But watch Sammy Knight bite as Young rolls out to the left. Knight now bites up. Now, as soon as Hearst sees him bite up, he takes off and turns on the Jets. And it's thrown back a long way to the backside. And Marty Morningwig, the offensive coordinator, finally gets a big play out of his offense.
Now, how will the Saints respond? Collins comes out to throw, finally pressured and sacked. At the 17, Bryant Young.
You hear so many times about coverage sacks. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Bryant Young, but this is a coverage sack. The quarter's downfield. Dawkins is covered. Everybody's covered. Here comes Cleveland. He's covered by the safety, McDonald. Now, Bryant Young, number 97. Look at this. The blocking is there, and look at when Terry Collins kind of steps up inside, Bryant Young is there. But that is truly a coverage sack.
2 on the night for Bryant Young. He now has 9.5. Tremendous number for a defensive tackle. Collins unloads to the outside. Pull. has it knocked away. Nice job by Merton Hanks. The ball hung.
That is another thing that's been missing from the San Francisco defense is the big plays out of Merton Hanks. He hasn't had the opportunities. He's only had has had no interceptions up until tonight. But you see McQuarters winds up letting him go. Now, Hanks, this is what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to roam and cover out there and make plays like this. When Merton Hanks can roam in the middle of the football field from sideline to sideline, it's hard to throw the ball down the field on San Francisco's defense.
Poole has been their big play guy. Andre Hastings checks in as a third wideout. Good protection again for Kerry Collins. This one is stabbed for a first down out to the 35, and the ball comes loose. San Francisco has it. The second fumble on Sean Dawkins tonight after a great catch.
Boy, I'll tell you, this was all Sean Dawkins going after the ball and making the catch, because this ball looked like it might have been out of reach. Dawkins goes after it, and you're absolutely right, Michael. It's the second time that he catches the ball, and you've got to put this thing away. You've got to believe that you're going to get hit. That's Norton that hits him from the backside, but you've got to believe you're going to get hit.
He's yet to have the ball in his hands with his hand over the point of the ball and tucked up under his armpit. He just really has to do a better job of tucking the ball away.
6 turnovers in the game. Young goes right to work. That one's tipped at the line of scrimmage. It was intended for Stokes. Wayne Martin, the veteran defensive tackle, got a hand on it. Dawkins on the sideline, and boy, he's made a couple of outstanding catches, but you have to protect the ball.
That's the shame of it. He has done an incredible job getting his hands on the football, making plays. He's got to realize if he's anywhere near a couple of red shirts, there's going to be a bunch more getting close.
2nd and 10 from the 38. Hurst, end around. Wide open Owens, 1st and more near the 20. Keith Mitchell took him out of bounds.
Well, I'm really disappointed in the quarterbacking here.
Well, no,
Now, wait a minute. Just stop for a second. Steve Young, if he blocks Mitchell, Terrell Owens is still running.
Well, he tries.
I know he does. Man, this is a big old linebacker. Look at number 8 on 59. Yeah, well, okay.
Just get a piece
great
of
block. He didn't get a piece.
Okay, so he got a very little of it, but just a little piece of him. Little piece of him. It's okay, Steve. I'll defend you. Don't worry. Good job, Steve. Just get me right.
Hurst goes out as a flanker again. Edwards is the single setback. 49ers clicking on offense now. Young to Edwards. Edwards fights for 9, almost gets the first down at the 10-yard line.
You know what that pump does? Every time that Steve Young makes that pump, it freezes defensive linemen. Joe Johnson is coming in, and he's on a rush. Steve Young fakes, he stops. And as soon as he stops, it gives, watch this, on the left of the screen, you'll see the pump, the linemen stop. Young steps up, delivers. Here comes Joe Johnson. Watch this. He's going to see Steve Young. Up. Can't get to him. He goes by him.
They measure for the first down. It's across our ESPN 1st and 10 gold line. And it's right at the 10.
It's a real good innovation. You know that? For when you're at home, because I was home that one weekend I was sick.
Yeah, we know you took a weekend off.
I took a weekend off. It is really nice to see that line. It isn't pure, but it's there. It gives you something to look at.
Play action. Nice fake by Young. Got to run for it. Now he throws and through the arms of Clark. Boy, Steve Young gave you the whole arsenal on that one.
Yeah, the only problem, Joe, is when he bootlegged and came out to the outside, there wasn't anybody to throw the ball to.
The Saints did a real good job of not allowing Clark to get there in a hurry. You can see Young's looking. Now he's got to turn it on. But just before he goes out of bounds, manages to set and fling it. Clark's got a shot at this thing. Just gets through his hands.
2nd down from the 10. Hurst avoided one tackle. Ball comes loose. And it looks like Clark got it back. Did not hear a whistle before the ball was fumbled. Chad Cota was up there to rip it out. And now we have an injury and a timeout.
Well, they blew this ball down because they brought it back to the 8-yard line. Joe Johnson, 94 is there. He is on the ground, Garrison Hurst. They blow the ball dead. It's pulled out, but doesn't make any difference.
Alex Molden is the injured player as Hurst looks on. First corner ever taken in the draft by the New Orleans Saints in '96 out of the University of Oregon. We'll check on his condition when we come back. The 49ers up by 8.
At Master Clean, we clean it right the first time.
They were on time. It's not a lot of your day. You're not waiting around for someone to show up.
They were very careful with my things. They were very professional.
Master Clean, winner of the 1998 Consumer Choice Awards for Business Excellence.
They clean the carpet. It looks perfect. I've never had them have to come back in and do it again.
They cleaned it right the first time.
Thanks, Central Ohio, for your vote of confidence.
Master. Who wants stale 98 leftovers when you can get fresh deals on brand new 99 pickups from Krieger Ford? Get a loaded 99 Ranger XLT for just $169 a month. Need even more truck? How about a full-size loaded 99 F-150 XLT for just $199 a month? Don't bite on deals with stale leftover 98s. Get a fresh deal on a new 99 pickup from the dealer that gives you more. Krieger Ford on Morse Road across from Northland.
That one looks good.
This one?
No, the Corolla. And Corollas never look better than it does right now during Toyota's Fall Spectacular. Save up to $500 with all new value packages that include air conditioning, power windows, power locks, and more.
I couldn't believe it came with all that.
Yep, Corolla's a Consumer's Digest Best Buy that just keeps getting better. Test drive a Corolla now during Toyota's Fall Spectacular. Nobody picks them like your Toyota dealer.
Every day.
ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Sprint for all the ways you communicate. By Dell, direct computer solutions for business and home. Be direct. Dell. By Residence Inn by Marriott. Room to relax, room to work, room to breathe. And by the United States Marine Corps, where the change is forever. 3rd and 8 for the 49ers. New Orleans comes with a blitz. Young unloads. Rice, touchdown.
Again, you go 3 wides and you wind up with Fred Weary having to cover Jerry Rice. You get the mismatch you're looking for if you're the 49ers. Steve says, finally, I finally got the ball to you. Weary takes an inside position. Rice does a nice job of just getting him to have his feet square up. If you can get a corner's feet squared up, you got him.
The point after by Ritchie. And going back to the second quarter in the last 8 minutes, 36 seconds, Steve Young has thrown 4 touchdown passes. The last to Jerry Rice.
So, sir, I think that I could be a real asset to your company.
Jenkins, I think we can use a man like you.
Thank you. Thank you.
For about the price of an ordinary hotel, Residence Inn offers you a living room, too. Just in case you need one. Residence Inn by Marriott. Room to relax, room to work, room to breathe.
The Honda ATVs. The desert can't beat them. The jungle can't beat them. Mountains, rocks, water, even a fall from 1,000 feet can't beat them. And if you thought these Hondas were tough to beat before, now they come with no down payment and 9.8% APR financing, but only until December 31st. Tough to beat deals from your Honda dealer. Honda ATVs, best on earth.
Plug into the best in home entertainment with Circuit City and DirecTV. When you buy your new DSS at Circuit City, you'll get a free self-install kit, a $50 value, or get professional installation for just $99. You'll also take home a second receiver for just $99 and enjoy 1 free month of movies from USSB. With DirecTV, you'll get digital value that cable can't deliver. And you'll get answers to all your questions and guaranteed low prices. Plug into DirecTV at Circuit City today.
Thursday night football. Mississippi State, Ole Miss.
The Bulldogs and Rebels, they call it the Egg Bowl on Turkey Day, a heap and helping of hatred.
Thursday game night at 7:30. Mississippi State versus Ole Miss at 8. Thursday on ESPN.
After falling behind 10-0, the 49ers have exploded against the Saints defense courtesy of turnovers, and they're up 28-13. Wade Ritchie, the rookie from LSU, to kick to Aaron Craver. The Saints have seen this act before. Craver this time from the 2. Fake the reverse. Flag is down, so is Craver at the 25. Will check the marker. Lance Schulters makes the tackle, the rookie from Hofstra. And this will cost them some yardage back inside their own 20.
Sean Dawkins has made some spectacular catches tonight and really has been the guy that's made the plays. The only problem is he's not been able to hold on to the ball. Here he does a nice job of making the reception, gets the ball knocked away. The 49ers scored after that one. Great catch here. Again, the ball gets stripped from him. The 49ers just scored on that one. He's doing a terrific job of getting his hands on the ball. He's just got to protect it better.
They'll have to start from their own 12. Smith on the toss behind Craver. Nice run by Smith. 29-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds by Merton Hanks. So for one of the few times tonight, a chance to run the ball for New Orleans.
And they ran it very well on that play. But, you know, we talked to Mike Ditka yesterday about his football team. He said, look, you know, what did he say about the 49ers? They're a great organization, a great football team. He said, we have to out-hit them. We have to hit these people. Now, on defense, they were hitting them very well in the first half. But if you stay on the field a long period of time, you're going to get beaten.
That last run went for 23 yards. They only hit 29 the whole first half. Same play again. And he gets it out to the 35-yard line.
I really like that call. And Danny Abramowitz does a good job there. So often a coach has a big play, and they say, okay, well, they're going to defend it. We'll go someplace else. He's going to come right back with the stuff that's working for him, and he does an excellent job of putting his team in a position to pick up some yards.
This is what Mike Ditka's talking about hitting. Just watch the fullback, number 32, Craver, and see his block. That's what Ditka wants out of his football team. Just hit some people in the mouth.
Collins, here comes the blitz, and he can't get away from McDonald. Somehow with that strength, he hung in there and threw the ball. Did they blow it dead? They did. Oh, that's awful. That's a tough break for Kerry Collins.
You know why they blew it dead?
Because jeopardy?
Yeah, because McDonald already has him, and what White sees is another red shirt going to take a shot at him. And all he did there was to try to protect the quarterback. McDonald is going to have a piece of him right here. He's got him wrapped up. Now, do you see Barker coming in? When he sees him coming in, that's when you blow it, and that's a good call.
That's a nice job by an official, protecting the quarterback the way you have to.
That's what he's trained to do. If Barker doesn't show up, he'll let Kerry Collins fight for it. Screen. Smith breaks one tackle, dives out to the 36.
I can tell you one thing, Michael. At the end of this game, Chris Dolman is going to be the happiest guy this baby's over with. Because William Rolfe he puts him on the ground. He cut him on the screen. He's been blocking him all evening. And Chris is tired. And I don't blame you.
Mark Royals is on to punt, and R.W. McQuarters will go back to the 25-yard line. Royals led the NFL in yardage a year ago. Low snap, takes it on the hop, goes for the sideline. McWhorter's on the run. Stays in bounds and then lost his footing at the 33. 9-yard return after a punt of 40. William Rolfe, the Pro Bowl offensive tackle.
1999's almost here. Sound early? At Roush Honda, it's time to celebrate. It's the new model year, and for a limited time, you can lease a 1999 Roush Honda Accord LX 4-door for only $249 a month. No money down, no down payment, no first payment, and no security deposit. This Accord LX 4-door includes automatic transmission, air conditioning, power equipment, and much more, all for only $249 a month. All new vehicles are backed by Roush Honda's exclusive 100,000-mile customer protection plan. Remember, the best way to say Honda is Roush Honda.
Sun revolves around you. Thank you, Central Ohio, for shopping Sun. Since 1949, you've helped make Sun the #1 place to shop for TVs, appliances, computers, and more. We've earned your business with guaranteed low prices and the area's biggest selection of name brands. And today, we're working harder than ever to keep your business by adding more new products, more lower prices, and better customer service. Thanks again for shopping Sun, a Columbus landmark for almost 50 years.
Talk, talk, talk to Spitzer. We will treat you right. Talk, talk, talk to Spitzer. This sales dynamite.
It's Spitzer's annual Thanksgiving Sell-a-thon. 3 days of record-breaking savings on thousands of brand new cars, trucks, and vans. Factory incentives are fantastic right now. Plus, we're sweetening the deal with phenomenal price reductions of our own. And if you have a trade, it'll never be worth more than it is right now at Spitzer.
Now you're talking.
We have what you want. Let's talk.
Talk to Spitzer now.
You have your no ventilation hockey skates, your game day socks, and of course, the 12-year Gouda. Almost unbearable. I don't know how the guys put up with it.
These overhead shots provided by the Southwest Airlines Aerial Cam high above 3Com Park for ESPN's Sunday Night Football. 49ers now with a 15-point lead and the ball at their own 32. Hurst for 3.
Mike, San Francisco on offense has really become a 3-wide football team, and the effectiveness of this package works this way. You take Stokes, Rice, and Owens, you line them up in different configurations as 3 wideouts. It means Drakeford takes one, Weary then goes outside to cover, and then Molden winds up on Rice. Now, here's the problem you have in the slot with Rice. He can take it out, he can take it in, he can hook, he can go to the post, or he can go to the corner. And you really have to cover so much of the field, and what you wind up with is a lot of touchdowns out of that formation.
Draw play, Hurst. 5, maybe 6 to the 41-yard line.
A year ago, the San Francisco 49ers really got into a quandary because Brent Jones was hurt so much. They didn't know whether he played. They didn't know whether he was healthy. Well, you had Jerry Rice back. You had Owens and you had Stokes. So you wind up in a situation where how do you get your best receivers on the field? You start using a lot more 3 wides. And that's really how this whole offense has evolved for Mariucci. And it's been an effective one, but it really has taken the production of the tight end out of play completely for this football team.
3rd and a yard. Hurst. First down and more. Midfield. Did he stay in bounds? He did not. Jerry Rice threw a good block for him downfield. It was a gain of 27.
Well, there were a lot of blocks right at the end of the line of scrimmage, including Clark, number 85, the tight end. You're talking about a tight end not catching the ball very much, but what they do ask him to do is to block. Now, they block very well along the line of scrimmage, and Hurst gets to the outside. Watch number 80 right there getting the block. Hurst steps out there. They get him, but Jerry Rice is in.
Jerry Rice does so many different things. He comes off the line. Now he's got Weary. He realizes that Garrison's coming up behind him just enough to stay up and create some type of a block.
Another first down for the 49ers, who are starting to take this defense apart. Edwards is blasted as he got back to the line of scrimmage. Hit first by Bordano, then finished off by Johnson.
You know, for Jerry Rice, one of the biggest problems he's had coming back from the knee surgery has been on run blocking like that. His biggest concern is that somebody's going to roll up behind him and hurt his knee again. Mentally, he is fighting through this year, and he says each week I get a little bit more comfortable, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be.
Now he's hurt the other knee.
Banged that up last week.
Yes.
And he had a great quote. He said, "I'm fighting those monsters in my head." Young with time, going for Rice. A lot of contact, incomplete. The official goes down, but there's no flag.
You know, Joe, let's go back to the 3 wides with this football team. And you said something way back about 9 or 10 weeks ago.
Do you remember that?
When you go 3 wide and your third receiver, whomever it may be, I don't care. If he is very good, like on this football team here, what it does to your defense, it puts your third best cover guy or corner on one of their better receivers.
Which is exactly what you wind up with Fred Weary trying to cover Jerry Rice.
And the rookie out of Florida is the guy they have picked on tonight. 3rd and 10 for San Francisco. Young has to step up. He'll try to run for the first down. Slides. Boy, he got a good mark from the official on top of the ball, and then the 2 back judges come in, and they will mark it back a little bit.
Well, you can see he just crossed our yellow line. Just managed to get across that line and pick up the first down.
When you slide, they mark the ball at the spot where you start to slide, not where you finish.
It's the give up.
Well, when you look at the whole defensive line, they overrun him, Young, and he goes up. Now, that's right. Look where he slides and where the ball is. That's just where they mark it.
I think he's got this one.
You do?
Yep.
Well, I don't.
I'm 0 for 2.
You're 0 forever.
Mike, but you know something? At least I'm trying.
You are guaranteed to get the first one wrong every game we've done for 12 years. No sign of the field goal team. 4th and an inch.
I'll tell you what, 4th and an inch, and you're ahead, and you bring the field goal team in, they'll boo you out of the stadium.
I'll tell you the other thing, too. Don't put it past this 49er ball club throwing the ball into the end zone to try and get 6.
Terry Kirby comes in. He is the only setback. They go with 3 wideouts. Young quarterback keeper first down. Flag is down, though. The Saints indicating there was movement by the 49ers. What a bonehead play that would be.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 74 offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
That's Dave Fiore, the left tackle.
You know the bad part about this whole thing? I mean, we put the camera on Fiore, and we look at him, and Mariucci's looking at him and said, "Hey, let me explain something. You're a tackle. This is a quarterback sneak.
And it's going away from you." That's the thing. It's going away from you.
Just stand there.
So now the field goal unit has to come on. They'll try from 45. Richie has struggled this year, although he's been better lately with 6 of his last 7. And this one is straight down the pipe. Richie with the field goal. The count grows to 31-13, San Francisco.
What's so hard about winning a free trip to the Super Bowl from Southwest Airlines? Choosing 10 friends to take with you. Will it be Brad Ice-Cold Beer Bomb, Thomas Sharp-Dressed Man, Susie Big Harris, Billy Highwaters, the Die-Hard Fansky Brothers, Max, Michael Aristocrats, or the Babbling Brooks Triplets? Wait, that's 11. Somebody's gotta go. Ooh, good choice. For more info, go online or get to any gate at Southwest Airlines, the official airline of Super Bowl 33.
I need to make a call. I'll be quick. I'm going to use 1-800-COLLECTIVE.
It's 10 cents a minute every evening.
So I can talk as long as I want.
Could you do me a favor then?
Sure.
Move. You're crushing my spleen.
1-800-COLLECT. 10 cents a minute every evening.
That last egg's looking real good. If you have a High Life Light, maybe you will have room for just one more. See there? When you live the high life, you can live it both ways.
55. What'll it be?
We'll take some rice and...
Get some Favre, too.
Yeah.
Now you can choose which teams you see every Sunday with DirecTV and NFL Sunday Ticket. there's up to 13 regular season games a week.
Price check on farm.
Hey, Brett. Hey, John.
So stock up on all your favorites. NFL Sunday Ticket. It's not on cable. See it on DirecTV. So what are you looking at?
Get the last 6 weeks of NFL Sunday Ticket free when you get DirecTV.
That's the Bay Bridge here in San Francisco. Some things never change. Beautiful sights here in one of the most visited tourist meccas in the United States.
Yeah, but you can't get a cab here.
Craver waits for Richie's kick. 3 yards deep. Almost comes out and then keeps it there. ESPN Sunday Night Football continues next week with the undefeated Denver Broncos. Terrell Davis heads to his hometown of San Diego to battle the Chargers. Join Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, and me right after primetime at 8:15 Eastern. There's a flag down on the kickoff, even though we didn't have a return.
There's no holding on the play. The ball was dead in the end zone, therefore there's no infraction. Result of play is a touchback. First down.
I guess you can't have holding if you didn't have a return.
No. You can have it, but it's not going to count.
How about Craver? He was thinking about coming out. He had 2 guys that were going to tackle him.
Twice. The 2 of his own guys
Two of his own guys are going to tackle him.
Total yards, the Saints have been limited to 45 here in the second half, and their offense has to pick it up. Now they're down by 18. Collins got this one out to Poole, made the catch at the 30, and now they overroll it, incomplete. Darnell Walker was right there with him.
I was going to say, if Poole caught that one, there were some tremendous catches made this evening.
And now you're going to start to see, I believe, the 49er corners, Walker and McQuarter, really try and jump the routes a lot more. There goes Poole. He sits down. Walker's right in his hip pocket. If he doesn't slip down, he's got a chance at making a play on it, and there you see the ball squared out.
2nd and 10 for Kerry Collins. They go up the middle on the running play, which will gain them about 3 yards and no more.
That's one of those I have to runs.
Yeah, Craver gets a rare carry.
You have to do it just to give Collins a little bit of a breather.
I tell you, he had an excellent first half. He has thrown the ball very well. He's had 3 or 4 receivers fall down.
He's had a number of them dropped.
And now we have a player down. And it looks like it's Craver, the guy who carried the ball, and now they get him to his feet.
It was kind of interesting talking to Collins yesterday about this offense, Joey. You said, how difficult is it to learn it? And he said, you know, it really isn't. It's kind of a simple wording system.
It's an offense that I was familiar with when I played it. It bases everything off of what's called a passing tree. From 0 to 9, you number the routes. And then you identify each of the receivers with a number, and it applies to that particular route. It's fairly easy to pick up. And he should be fairly proficient in Danny's offense in about 5, in the 5 or 6 weeks that he's had a chance to look at it.
It will be 3rd and 8.
Of course, Danny Abramowitz has only had any number of quarterbacks, like 7 to work with since Mike Ditka took over as head coach of the Saints.
And they bring them all with him.
Here comes the blitz. And they complete it to Hastings up to the 37-yard line. It's enough for a first down for New Orleans.
Paul, you mentioned the fact that they bring them all with them. He's Schuler, he's here. Hobart, he's here. Warfel, he's here. Collins is here. Toller is here. Nussmeier. You see their records.
Not very good, are they?
11 and 15 in a total. Kerry Collins, the only one that's 1-0.
Billy Joe Hobart, who started the season on IR along with Schuler, who never even got to start the season. Tipped and dropped. Dawkins had a shot at that one, and Sean Dawkins just looks out of sorts.
Well, there was a situation where the ball hits him in the hands and you fight it.
Kerry Collins again gets it out quick. It's a quick post. They've had success with the route. This is one of the easier catches that he had an opportunity to make. He's made some real tough ones all night. That one just gets away.
2nd and 10, 4:05 to go, third quarter. Collins with time, airs it out for Poole. Can't get it, but there's a flag down, and Darnell Walker charges the official.
There's another flag down here on about the 34-yard line in the backfield.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 68, offense, Cam DeHade. Illegal contact. Number 38, defense. Penalties offset. The replay to down.
Turley gets the penalty, and then Darnell Walker gets the one in the secondary, and Mike Ditka really upset about the call against his club.
You take a look at the one in the secondary. It's on Darnell Walker, number 38. He just flat runs into Poole as he's trying to go up and make the play. The contact was just before that, though, as Poole tried to break up the field.
And that was right in front of the Saints bench, so Mike Ditka had a good look at that one. 2nd and 10 from the 37. Collins with a double clutch. Throws this one complete, and Dawkins makes this catch, gets out of bounds for another first down.
I asked Kerry Collins yesterday, I said, do you have a feel for any of your receivers yet? Guess which one he thought?
86?
Sean Dawkins, exactly. Dawkins does a nice job of getting back outside and a terrific job of adjusting to the throw.
I said Chris Dolman, 56, wants to wait for this night to get over with. Watch William roll. He just runs him right there. There's no chance to get to the quarterback. I mean, you talk about great hands on a tackle. He is terrific.
Dolman, number 4 on the all-time sack list, but he's had no success with Rolfe. What a great catch by Cleveland. He'll only pick up about 3, but the rookie from the University of Washington went down to get that one.
These guys might have had trouble in the first half holding on to the football, but they're making some catches in the second half. They're incredible.
You also notice, too, that their footing has been a lot better. The cleat change that Solomon talked about at halftime has really made a difference for these Saint wide receivers.
Looks like just about everybody changed cleats. 2nd and 7 from the 40. Blitz, draw. Smith can't get away, and he's buried back at the 41-yard line. Jeff Posey, number 96, in his way.
I'll tell you what, 78, the backup tackle, Shane Bonham, just makes an outstanding play. You know, you're thinking, you see blitz, Collins reads blitz, he sees it coming, but Bonham has enough smarts to know that this may be a draw play. Look at number 78. He's going at the quarterback. Now he reads draw, comes back inside. That's athletic ability. He doesn't make the tackle. He doesn't have to. He's got enough people helping him.
3rd and 8. Collins flushed. Throws backing up. Dawkins makes the catch. Dives forward to the 32, and it looks like he has a first down, and one of the 49ers is hurt. That's Marquez Pope, who has suffered this year through a bad back, playing in the nickel, and he went down hard.
Sean Dawkins and Marquez Pope, they both slipped down. Dawkins, that's where Pope, he hurt his knee. Watch Bronson. Well, you want to see a hit? Right here. You're not out of bounds yet. You're going out of bounds.
Kerry Collins does a nice job of sliding in the pocket. The 49ers have decided they want to bring more heat and pressure to him.
If Marquez Pope didn't have a bad back before he made this move, he's got one now, and he also hurt his knee. Ouch.
That's part of the risk you run when you go to longer cleats. You want to have better footing. You want to be able to make moves. But if one gets caught, it's just not going to come out, and it's not going to release and make it easier on any joint, whether it be an ankle or a knee.
You know, the other thing about Marquez Pope, what Mariucci was telling us about, he said, one day he's fine. He's in a game. He's playing in a game, and one of the receivers runs by him, his back goes, and goes for a touchdown. They said they never know whether his back's going to be good or bad.
Coming up next on SportsCenter, Dan Patrick and Kenny Mayne. The top stories, the Vikings against the Packers. We'll have our NFL Blitz, and the conversation is with Drew Bledsoe. That's all followed by NFL Primetime. Chris Berman and Tom Jackson with all the highlights of all the day's games. So Pope comes to the sideline, and R.W. McQuarters right back in there, the rookie from Oklahoma State at the corner. And Pope very gingerly goes to the sideline. R.W. McQuarters, what a great college career he had on some bad teams at Oklahoma State. Collins for the end zone pull. Can't hold it. Walker closed on it to save the touchdown.
If Kerry Collins can get this ball up just a heartbeat quicker, and eventually I think he will as he works with Poole a little bit more, they've got themselves a touchdown. Got to give Darnell Walker an awful lot of credit. He's beat right here. Poole doing a good job trying to stay with the ball. Walker goes up in between his hands to knock it away and not interfere with him. Watch where his arm goes. Right up in between Pools. That's a heck of a play.
He has been the steadiest guy in the secondary, a secondary that's been burned a lot this year. Here comes another blitz. Collins unloads, and Sean Dawkins makes the catch at the 16. I haven't seen Kerry Collins throw the ball this well since that year in '96 with Carolina.
Well, just think about something, too, on top of it. He sat out for 4 weeks, Joe. Then he comes back and he played last week. Not so bad. But when you watch him throw the football tonight, this is Kerry Collins at his best. Look at this throw. Down, inside, no chance, but Dawkins catching the ball. He's the only one.
Sean Dawkins, 7 catches, 132 yards. Those are both career highs, but his 2 fumbles have been huge in this game, too. Collins with a chance to run. Looked like he couldn't make up his mind whether to slide or dive, and he stayed in between and paid for it. Right on our goal 1st and 10 line.
Should I venture another try at it, Michael? Why not?
No, you get 1 shot a game. You're always wrong. That's it. No redemption for you.
Let me see. Let me see.
Where is it? Let me see where it is.
Well, Paul, go ahead. It's your turn.
Well, I'll tell you what. They're going to miss this by half the ball.
No, they made it.
Oh, they did?
Yep.
You think?
Yep.
I think you're right. I think you're wrong.
Nope.
They missed it by half the ball.
Okay. You know, I'm retired.
Consistent, isn't he?
No, I said they didn't make it now, pal.
I know. I said he is consistent. He said they did.
I'm retired now.
You want my glasses?
Can I borrow them?
This has been a very impressive drive for the New Orleans Saints. This is the 12th play of the drive after it appeared they might be blown out of this game down 18. Second and inches. Quarterback sneak worked well last time in this situation. And it works again.
You know, it's a wonderful drive. The only problem with it, too much time. I mean, what, 9 minutes? How many minutes in this drive? Well, with 5 minutes in the drive, I mean, when you're behind against the 49ers, as quick as they can score it, you've got to score in a hurry.
That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter. Mike Ditka and his Saints down by 18, but they will have a 1st and goal at the 5 when we come back to San Francisco.
EA Sports presents Cyber Lindros. If it's in the game, it's in the game. NHL 99. It's in the game.
I often get asked, what type of investor am I? I want answers now. If I get the information today, I can act upon it. I can get the first call report, the Argus report, the Vickers report. If Home Depot drops below a particular price, I want to be notified. If I wanted to buy, sell, or sell short, I just click on the option. Certainly, I'm not the same type of investor I was when I was 30, when I was 40, or when I was 50. I can go on.
What kind of jeans are those?
New Lee dungarees. Buddy Lee tested. Can't bust them.
We'll have the Denver Broncos next week against San Diego, trying to become only the 4th team ever to go 12-0. The big story this week, as it's been all year, the renaissance of the quarterbacks.
I mean, all those young guys that are playing. Doug
we're not talking about the record book now.
Randall Cunningham,
Vinny
Testaverde. You know, Vinny really has found a home. With Bill Parcells has married him up to a football team where he's got people to work to inside. Randall just throws the ball up in the air so well to Randy Moss.
And I think the great decision in Buffalo to name Flutie their starting quarterback. Whether he's the quarterback of the future or not makes no difference. They said, okay, here's your quarterback for the rest of this year.
Turned out to be a pretty good decision.
I think so.
First and goal for the Saints. Collins, quarterback draw. Lost the ball. And it looks like the Saints got it back, but they haven't unpiled yet. Roy Barker knocked it loose. Now, that was an odd call. Kerry Collins is not the best runner you've ever seen.
But that's why you call it, Mike. That's part of the reason why. You just don't expect it. I think it's a pretty gutsy call by Danny Abramowitz. He drops back. There's nobody there. It's just that Bryant does an excellent job. Bryant Young does an excellent job, and Roy Barker manages to strip the ball away from him. Couldn't fool the front four of the 49ers.
Now second and goal just inside the 7. If you joined us late, the Saints led 10-0. The Niners have come roaring back. Collins, now he'll keep it and got inside the 5. Well, he wanted to throw, finally forced to run, and picked up 4 yards.
You know, I was just sitting here watching William Rolfe again blocking on Chris Dolman on the outside. And the most amazing thing about him, what he does, he opens up a window. Look at the window he opens up for Collins to throw the ball. Now, you look at Dolman, and he's chasing from behind. Collins is way gone. Don't worry about it. You're not going to catch him.
William Rolfe, he and Baselli, 2 of the great tackles, along with Ogden, maybe the 3 best in the game. Third and goal. 49ers show blitz, and New Orleans moved up front. The report on Keith Poole, a sprained shoulder. He may not be back.
Just remember now, defense can't force him offside.
Number 51, defense. They have distance to the goal. Still third down.
This is Ken Norton coming up inside, faking like and trying to get the guy to draw the offensive guy up. He does that. They call him. They call the defense. That's new this year. Watch Norton. He comes up inside. Now the guard moves. Well, I'm going to tell you what.
He did not simulate a snap.
Naoli didn't even see him.
No, he didn't. I agree with you, Joe. Naoli did not see him at all.
Now from the 1. Collins under pressure, throws too high, flag down. This will be interference. The second time tonight, interference in the end zone. Lee Woodall was all over Collins, and Darnell Walker's going to be called again.
I think they have to have a conversation.
Is it catchable?
That ball was nowhere near catchable. I mean, that ball really sailed up, and I believe that's what the officials are talking about right now.
Talk it over, boys.
The
only mistake is the uncorrected mistake.
Well, there's also a 5-yard bump zone, and when you get down this close to the goal line, it's really tough to discern where those 5 yards end.
There you go.
This is a huge call.
There's no infraction on the play. The contact was in the first 5 yards. Therefore, there's no pass interference. 4th down.
Obviously, that's what it is. I mean, and this is something Walker's done an excellent job. He got an interference call one time before on this. You see the contact down here. You watch what happens. There it is. It's within the 5 yards, right around that 5-yard area. It's a good job by the officials working together and allowing each other to work as a team.
The game may be on the line on this play. 4th and goal from 1.5. Knocked away. Merton Hanks dove and got a hand on it.
There's the chicken hand.
I'll tell you, this is a sensational play by Merton Hanks.
Intended for Brett Besh. The 16th play of the drive. They come up empty.
Large cheese. Somebody order a pizza. Oh, I guess it's a pretty typical dorm room. Stuff's constantly going on. Hey, dude, can I borrow some underwear? We party. What's up? We study. Can I borrow some socks? No, we eat. Somebody order a pizza? So it's not like I have a ton of time or money to shop for a car. But I heard some pretty good things about Saturn, and I figured I'd check out their website. It was definitely different. I mean, I could actually pick out a car, play around with options, figure out monthly payments, avoid a lot of hassles. How about some deodorant? And Brian, my sales consultant, treated me great. Looking at the coupe? Which was also pretty different. That was not all. Do it again. Considering the first time we actually met was when he stopped by with my coupe. Hi, I'm here with the Saturn. Somebody order a Saturn?
On weekends, the game comes alive. And after days of constant training and careful preparation, these weekend warriors are now ready for what lies ahead. A 48-hour carnival of contact that will challenge the mind, body, and soul forever. Introducing AT&T 5-cent weekends. 5 cents a minute, anytime, anywhere. Let the calls begin.
It is ESPN Sunday Night Football is brought to you by AT&T. It's all within your reach. By NFL Quarterback Club 99 from Acclaim Sports, available on Nintendo 64. By Saturn, a different kind of company, a different kind of car. By Charles Schwab. And by Buy.com, the Internet Superstore. Why buy anywhere else? The New Orleans Saints just completed a 16-play, 79-yard drive that took 7 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock and got no points. Garrison Hurst, maybe a yard, gang tackled and driven back.
Well, if the Saints have any prayer whatsoever to try and make this thing into a ball game, they're going to have to stop the 49ers here and get the ball back in a hurry.
They are down 3 scores, and we just went under 13 minutes. Talk about tough times for Zaven Uralian, the defensive coordinator. He was a Christian Armenian growing up in Lebanon. He had to wear a red sweater so the Muslims knew he was a Christian. At the age of 9, his family moved to Watts. Now, he's lived in some tough neighborhoods during his life. Edwards takes it up across the 5 to about the 7. Poole, who has a sprained shoulder. Their big play guy came into this game averaging better than 22 yards a catch. And this is a critical down for New Orleans. It will be 3rd and 5. They need to hold, as Joe said, and get the ball back, because they need 3 scores with only 12:10 to go in the game.
You just got to believe that Jerry Rice becomes a guy that Steve Young's going to look at on that patented quick post.
Instead, they go to Hurst on the ground, and Garrison Hurst very close to the first down. Mark Fields made the stop right in front of that gold ESPN 1st and 10 line.
Well, either that or go to Garrison Hurst on that patented off-tackle play.
I'll tell you, Mark Fields does a terrific job here of making the stop. They might have picked up the first down, but he fills the hole with such great instinct and does a terrific job of just stopping Garrison Hurst in his tracks. Fields slides along, does a nice job avoiding the block of Dolmans, keeping his feet, squares up, and bang, right there. You're not going any further, Garrison.
Mike Ditka said sometimes you would be hard-pressed to find anybody who plays better at outside linebacker than Mark Fields. First again, Joe Johnson drags him down this time. What would Thanksgiving be without a good old college rivalry? Join us at 7:30 on Thursday night. In-state rivals Mississippi State and Ole Miss. And remember, it all begins with College Game Night. Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, and Lee Corso will preview the big games of the weekend.
You know, Joe, you're talking about Mark Fields. Mike Ditka says, you know, he reminds me a lot of Wilbur Marshall, and I asked him when he came in the room yesterday, he says, look, I'm not Wilbur Marshall, nor am I Junior Seau. I am Mark Fields.
Young, nice bootleg. Steve Young on the keeper, directing blockers, slides in at the 30. Gain of 16, and it keeps the clock moving.
Steve wanted a couple more yards, turned to the official. He said, hey, look, you know, they said, no, Steve, get back there. This is what he does to a defense. He creates so much of a problem. The receivers are covered. You go and run with the receiver, that's fine. When Steve Young sees your name going the other way, he's going to turn upfield. And believe me, he's good enough to be able to pick up a lot of yards.
Coming into the game, he'd rushed for 242, third in the NFL for quarterbacks. Back to Hurst. Hit at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there. Leroy Glover made the tackle, and Steve Young has just become the second NFL quarterback to go over 4,000 yards. Randall Cunningham still the leader, nearly 4,700.
Randall Cunningham has changed his style of play, too. Randall very rarely will take off and run with the football. You saw it a couple times in the game today. He really has disciplined himself to stay in the pocket and throw the ball down the field to those three big guys he's got.
When he was younger, there were times when he was the best running back on the field. Young, quick shot to Rice. And Jerry Rice had no place to go. Drakeford took him out of bounds. Young, even at age 36, can still run. And look at this. 20-yard touchdown runs. Only Earl Campbell has more at that distance. Marcus Allen has him tied with 6. That's remarkable.
He's going to break those records, though. That one, Earl Campbell, he'll beat him. I mean,
third and 10. Here comes the blitz. Young unloads to Rice. First down and more. Rice goes out of bounds at the 48. Well, I guess you can't call it a record because it is not an official statistic.
Yeah, but what it does is it gives you a perspective of just how good this guy is and how well he is at getting in the end zone from a long way out.
And no matter what time of the ball game it becomes, when he's looking to get rid of the ball,
find Jerry
Rice. I mean, it's amazing. You know, he will find that guy in a ball game, and Rice will be open.
Clock running, 8:04 to go in the game. Hurst. Well, that defensive line has been tough for the Saints tonight.
And you know something? The San Francisco 49er offensive line really is not, I don't believe, a run-blocking offensive line. They're a 65-35 pass-to-run ratio offense, and their strong suit is not knocking people off the ball.
And one other thing, and we didn't even mention this tonight going into this ball game, but if you look at the San Francisco 49er offensive line, all three of the tackles that are playing tonight are all playing hurt. That's why they've been interchanging them.
Young over the middle. Edwards with a catch to the Saints' 45-yard line. Vincent Smith out of East Carolina made that stop.
The one thing you're seeing about a Mike Ditka football team, no matter what the score is. These guys, he will not allow them to quit. You know, and you don't want to go to that sideline and face him or face him in the movies.
I've always believed that Mike Ditka, Bill Parcells, and Jimmy Johnson are the three men in football today that by their mere presence on the sidelines have the ability to will victories. It's going to be a little tougher for Mike tonight, but he has that kind of ability. He can bring that much emotion out of his players.
3rd and 4 for San Francisco, trying to put this game away. Throws short, Terry Kirby with a catch, struggling to get to the first down marker, and he won't make it. Taken out at the 43 by Chad Cota.
Boy, this was an excellent play by Cota and Mark Fields, because Kirby, all he had to do was turn upfield and he gets the first down. They kept him from getting it. Kirby, watch us on the catch. He catches the ball here. Look at Cota. Stops him, pushes him back. I mean, this is a great play by a safety. And then Fields comes in and finishes him off.
They'll punt it away on 4th and 2, only their second punt of the game. Roby to kick to Hastings. Hastings lets it go, and it will kick into the end zone. New Orleans will take over at the 20 with 5:53 to go in the ball game. They are still down by 18. Back to 3Com Park after this.
The new Saab 9.3 Turbo. 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. More importantly, back to 0 even faster. Just a little something we learned from Saab fighter planes.
MAG, in Dublin.
Sun revolves around you.
Thank you, Central Ohio, for shopping Sun. Since 1949, you've helped make Sun the #1 place to shop for TVs, appliances, computers, and more. We've earned your business with guaranteed low prices and the area's biggest selection of name brands. And today, we're working harder than ever to keep your business by adding more new products, more lower prices, and better customer service. Thanks again for shopping Sun, a Columbus landmark for almost 50 years.
When your business needs high-performance commercial graphics, call on the team at American Color Scans. Using the latest technology, American Color Scans can create the highest quality digital printing available. It's that technology that has made the team at American Color Scans a leader in the industry for the past 11 years. Whether it's signs, posters, banners, floor graphics, or point-of-purchase displays, American Color Scans' large-format full-color printing allows even the smallest business to advertise affordably. Let the team at American Color Scans rev up your business's message.
Which is Sports Center. A lot of people don't realize that we write virtually all our own stuff.
Jack, which sounds better? Good or good?
The second one?
Yeah, good, thanks.
49ers in command, 31-13 with 5:53 to go in the game. The Saints have the ball at their own 20. Kerry Collins has put it up early and often, 17 of 36, 269 yards. Trying to scramble, look out from behind, shakes the tackle, gets out of bounds at the 35, maybe the 36-yard line.
Kerry Collins, when I had a chance to sit with him for a long time last night and talk to him, and said his heart is in the game. He understands he has things to try and do and prove to really people, but I'll tell you, he is a bull when he runs with the ball. And he's played very, very well. And I think he's going to be the quarterback of the Saints for quite a while.
Mike Ditka says he is going to be a free agent, and certainly he expects other teams to make offers because he thinks he will play that well. Deep over the middle, incomplete, almost intercepted, and then it is. Picked off by Brunson. Zach Brunson. Flags are down everywhere. Bryant Young involved in it.
Well, they're going to call Bryant Young for a clip on the return. But boy, does he's trying to make a play, and they're going at it now. And they're probably going to wind up getting thrown out if he's not careful.
Mike Ditka's out on the field.
Well, as we saw last week, things can deteriorate in a hurry.
I'll tell you one thing.
That's also one of the most disappointing things that Mike talked about, was no respect for the game anymore. I mean, and that's one of the things we started to see a little bit, is guys don't understand the traditions and the respect that this game should receive.
The interception will stand. The flags came down well after the pick.
I'm going to tell you something. After all this is sorted out, Zach Bronson, this is one of the great interceptions that I've seen in a long time. You talk about one-handed interception, I got the ball.
Boy, and a clip is one thing that really lights players up.
Well, what it is, it's actually a block below the into the knees. It's not a clip, but it's a low block.
And on change of possessions, you can't block below the waist.
But watch this interception. I mean, this is absolutely magnificent. One-handed Bronson right here. Look at this. I got it. Bring it in. Roll over. Protect the ball. Back up. And then the fun begins.
That's his 4th interception of the year.
That's Turley. Turley got up into
we have multiple fouls. Personal foul. Low block. Number 97. During the return. Then well after this action was over, we got unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 97. Both penalties will be enforced. 97 is ejected.
Wow. That's 30 yards.
And you lose maybe the best defensive tackle in football. And that's certainly what should have happened a week ago, when all that action went on with Kansas City. There should have been some people thrown out of that game.
Well, you like the call, and you like what they did, because the one thing that the officials are doing, and it's the one thing Marty Schottenheimer said about his team, you don't do anything to the integrity of this game.
Now, this is happening after the low block.
So Bryant Young got a block below the waist, and then it looked like he took a punch at Turley. 2 15-yarders and an ejection.
And a fine.
I'm sure that's coming.
The only good thing that came out of this whole thing is San Francisco has the ball.
But I like this move by the officials. I think it's needed. I agree with you. I think it should have been done in the Monday night game, and it wasn't.
As Young leaves, there's only 5:07 to go on the clock, so San Francisco now can try to protect that lead. Steve Young, who started so poorly, was throwing the ball high and wide of everybody, really came on in the second half. In fact, with about 5 minutes to go in the first half, he really started lighting everybody up. Hurst got it out to the 25, and another flag is down. Kevin Gogan puts his hands up and says, "Who, me?" So does Deese.
And Gogan said, "Give it to Deese."
Holding. Number 40. Half the distance. Still first down.
Oh, it wasn't even them. It was Fred Beasley, the rookie fullback.
You know what's kind of amazing about Brian Young clipping and blocking below the waist? How much defensive linemen complain about getting hit below the waist, how much they want to protect their legs.
Yeah, but I can tell you something. When an interception is had and you're on offense, defensive linemen are the first one to come and try and knock you out of the ballpark.
That's right.
Hurst hit in the backfield and crushed at the 5. The NFL's best pregame show, Sunday NFL Countdown, every week at 11 a.m. Eastern. Join Chris Berman and the faculty of Bristol University for the only 2-hour pregame show in football. Then at 7:30, all the highlights on prime time.
He could go all the way.
And he's gone all the way several times.
Is he amazing?
He really is.
I'm really looking forward to seeing him next week.
So am I.
Terrell Davis, you are something.
2nd and 17. And Hurst just pounds it out to about the 9 as they work on the clock. Davis really has a shot at the NFL record in the race for 2,000. Eric Dickerson with 21:05. And Terrell Davis updated through today at 14:92 and counting.
Large cheese. Somebody order a pizza. Oh, I guess it's a pretty typical dorm room. Stuff's constantly going on. Hey, dude, can I borrow some underwear? We party. What's up? We study. Can I borrow some socks? No, we eat. Somebody order a pizza? So it's not like I have a ton of time or money to shop for a car. But I heard some pretty good things about Saturn, and I figured I'd check out their website. It was definitely different. I mean, I could actually pick out a car, play around with options, figure out monthly payments, avoid a lot of hassles. How about some deodorant? And Brian, my sales consultant, treated me great. Looking at the coupe? Which was also pretty different. That was not all. Do it again. Considering the first time we actually met was when he stopped by with my coupe.
Hi, I'm here with the Saturn.
Somebody order a Saturn?
Guys, you've always made me look great, but I gotta let you go.
What?
I've got NFL Quarterback Club 99.
A video game's gonna protect your blind side?
Yeah, and also pick up the blitz. With all new gameplay and passing controls, it's a 3-step drop, and I'm moving the chains. Sorry, guys. NFL Quarterback Club 99 can get me to the Super Bowl, and I don't have to buy it dinner. The #1 football game on N64 just got a whole lot better. NFL Quarterback Club 99. Acclaim Sports. Sweat the details.
So get ready for ESPN Sunday Night Football. This week, record-setting Terrell Davis and the Broncos collide with Junior Seau and the Chargers in an AFC West battle. ESPN Sunday Night Football. Coverage begins at 8:15.
Oh, I got to remember to watch that game.
Only 3:52 to go from 3Com in San Francisco, and the 49ers with an 18-point lead, facing 3rd and 18 deep in their own territory. Hand off to Hurst. Flag is down. This could be another hold, and they're pointing at Greg Clark, the tight end.
Well, but you refuse it. They've already taken the timeout. You refuse this and make them kick it. Really getting smart on it as it goes along.
You got this whole thing figured out.
It took a while.
I know.
Holding, number 85. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
You compliment yourself on this crew, and it's open season. Here comes the punt unit for Steve Mariucci. Reggie Roby, watch and all. Hastings waits back at his 45. Good kick by Roby. Drives Hastings back to the 38. And nowhere to go. Reggie Givens has had a great game on special teams. Down to make the tackle. No return after a 46-yard punt by the 15-year veteran Reggie Roby.
International Diamond and Gold is the jewelry store where you pay less and get more every day. You've heard me say that 1,000 times, but now it's time for me to call it quits because, folks, I'm retiring. But before I retire, I'm going to sell every diamond, every gold chain. I'm going to clear every case in the store during my retirement clearance sale. Plus, I'm going to offer selected merchandise up to 70% off. When the cases are empty, that's when I'm gone, so don't delay. One visit and you understand why International Diamond and Gold is the jewelry store where you pay less and get more every day.
With QuadraDrive, the only four-wheel drive system that operates at maximum capability all the time, it's no wonder the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee is one of the safest ways to cross treacherous terrain. The all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most capable sport utility ever. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
Sun revolves around you. Thank you, Central Ohio, for shopping Sun. Since 1949, you've helped make Sun the #1 place to shop for TVs, appliances, computers, and more. We've earned your business with guaranteed low prices and the area's biggest selection of name brands. And today, we're working harder than ever to keep your business by adding more new products, more lower prices, and better customer service. Thanks again for shopping Sun, a Columbus landmark for almost 50 years.
Action fun time. ESPN heats up the hardwood in Hawaii. Now that's a road trip. The Maui Invitational, semifinals at 7 and 9. Tuesday, only on ESPN.
These overhead shots provided by the Southwest Airlines Aerial Cam, high above 3Com Park for ESPN's Sunday Night Football. Fine comeback for the 49ers tonight. Down 10-0 early. Now they're up by 18. Kerry Collins trying to go to work, gets away from Dolman. One of the few times Dolman has provided any pressure tonight.
This is the time in a football game when you really get a chance to post some numbers if you're a defensive lineman. You know a team's going to have to throw the football. You've been going at somebody all day. Now you get a little help because a linebacker steps up. Maybe you can get the edge on a guy.
Only Kevin Green has had more sacks than Dolman after his 30th birthday, and Dolman #4 all time. But Rofe has done a tremendous job on him again tonight. Collins slips, then steps up and throws complete for about 8 yards as Merton Hanks makes the tackle on Brett Besh.
Well, for over the last 3 hours, William Rofe and Chris Dolman have been going at each other, and I can assure you that Rofe wins the battle.
3rd and short for Collins, trying to keep the drive alive, and throws complete down to the 42-yard line, this time to Cam Cleland. Clock continues to move under 3 minutes. Collins under pressure. This time gets it to Cleland at the 25-yard line.
Kerry Collins.
Or check at Dawkins.
Kerry Collins has done a real nice job of just hanging in the pocket. He's had a good feel for when he has to flush out and go make a play, or when he wants to sit in that pocket and try and fire the ball down the field.
He's thrown for over 300 yards tonight, hit 20 of 40. Throws this one off his back foot and incomplete. McQuarters with good coverage there.
Well, I said before, all night long, William Rofe and Chris Dolman have been going at it. The first game, Dolman had 4 sacks. Well, this is William Rofe. Look at his hands and his feet movement. He's got such terrific hands. That one's to the face. But Dolman has had a major problem. And then they get down on the goal line, and he not only blocks the defensive lineman, but he blocked his own guard and opened up the hole.
2nd and 10 with 2:09 to go in the game. Collins with plenty of time throws complete out in the flat to Craver. Take a look at the numbers in the Rofe and Dolman battle. 48 of 56 plays. They have gone head-to-head. They've run behind Rofe 4 times. 7 pressures. The sack was when he chased Kerry Collins out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
No, I'm not taking anything away from Chris Dolman, but the first game that he had 4 sacks, none of them were attributed to Rofe.
Danny Werfel is also the quarterback for the Saints in that game, and Danny doesn't move the way Kerry Collins does.
3rd and 2 for New Orleans. Collins throws the out. Hastings gets it down near the 2-yard line as we hit the 2-minute warning officially at 1:55. When we come back, 1st and goal for Kerry Collins and the New Orleans Saints.
Assume the comfortable position. Relaxation is achieved through extreme focus. Commence relaxation now.
Germans don't do laid back. They do beer. Becks, the best of what Germans do best.
Welcome to the world of Panasonic Sonic Shaving, the new linear razor. At 12,000 RPMs, it's the world's fastest shaving system. Shave wet or dry. Panasonic. Get up to speed.
It knows 2 speeds. Stop and go. It just beat a series of the toughest stop-and-go driving tests in the world, and it's brand new. Go ahead. Yes. You have 4.3 seconds. Introducing Pennzoil with new Pure Base. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
Hunting for a great deal on a great ATV? Then hurry to your Yamaha dealer for all-terrain value days. And get 0 down and payments as low as $69 a month for 3 full years on not 1, not 2, but 9 great Yamaha models. So quit messing around. And hurry to your Yamaha dealer today for all-terrain value days. Because at this rate, they won't last long.
I'm Ray Brown of the San Francisco 49ers. I'm part of the NFL United Way team.
The NFL, the United Way, and you, the power of teamwork.
Ahead on SportsCenter, can the Broncos remain perfect? Can the Vikings sweep the Packers? Can Drew Bledsoe ask questions or give answers in the Sunday Conversation? Kenny Mayne, Dan Patrick, SportsCenter after the game.
1:55 to go from San Francisco. New Orleans 1st and goal at the 2, but they're down by 18. They still need 3 scores. Collins sidearms it, knocked down and nearly picked by Hanks.
Well, Merton Hanks has picked his spots tonight to make big plays. One in an interception, knocked the ball down, created a problem in the throwing lane just before on that 16-play drive. When New Orleans drove down the field. All he's doing is keeping an eye on Kerry Collins' eyes. When Kerry makes the delivery, he reaches up. That's one he thought he could have had.
Merton Hanks, who did not have an interception before tonight, nearly had his 2nd of the game. The go with the handoff to the goal line. Craver did not get in.
Well, the one thing about Merton Hanks, though, too, Friday when we talked to him, he was telling us, you know, with the change of the corners on this football team, and here he is a veteran, he was so concerned about what these guys were doing. He was trying to help out everywhere, making plays for other people instead of doing his own job. He said, it's going to be different now.
Craver from an inch away, touchdown Saints. Now, are they going to go for 2, or are they sending on the extra point unit? 2 touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions would get them within a field goal.
Look at this. They go to the right side for the touchdown. Naoli and Clarence Jones, they just bury people. This is what your offensive lineman had to do. Just clear a little bit of a hole. You only had to go about a half a yard.
And that had to surprise them a little bit that they didn't run behind Roth. Bryan for the point after. And he's got it. 31-20. Dolman just shaking his head. Steve Mariucci, after 1 year as the head coach at California, comes to the 49ers, and now he has tied John Madden with a win tonight for the most consecutive home wins to start a career. This would be 13 in a row at home.
But I still think he has to be concerned about where his football team is. I don't necessarily believe that he was looking for some answers tonight, and I don't believe that they have been answered. I still think his football team lacks the kind of confidence and the swagger that they've had, and we've come to know the 49ers to have. When you look at their remaining schedule, there's a real good chance that they'll have a chance to run the table. But they're going to have to play a lot better if they want to go anywhere in the playoffs.
Well, the people out here in the Bay Area have been quick to criticize this franchise. I was looking at some of the letters to the editor in one of the local papers this weekend, and one guy wrote that Steve Young is the worst big-time quarterback in the NFL, that the franchise has seen its death knell since they lost to the Atlanta Falcons. I think the burial is a little premature.
I do too, but also there will be some changes. In all likelihood, you know, Dwight Clark may not remain the general manager. There's a good chance that he might move on. Who's going to be running in the front office? You know, what is the future of the 49ers is really up in the air as a team.
And the future of a new stadium and a Super Bowl here as well. Saints will go for the onside kick. Terry Kirby got a hand on it, and they've blown the play dead.
Well, that's because they kicked it before the whistle blew.
Just practicing. A little practice on it.
I'll tell you what, old Mr. Kirby would have caught that ball. It was touchdown.
And they'll line up and do it again. The Saints can't touch it until it goes 10 yards. The 49ers can touch it anywhere. And Doug Bryan will try it again. Pops this one up, and Kirby again. Terry Kirby pushed out of bounds at the 4 by Gerard Cherry.
Well, what Bryan is supposed to do with this ball, he's going nuts. What he's trying to do with this ball is pop it up in the air so that your team can go down and try to catch the ball in midair. But twice, not once, but twice, he kicks the ball directly to Kirby. Look at this. The ball doesn't get up in the air. It hits the ground. Kirby knocks it down, almost has a touchdown. He got the first one. You'd think he would be aware of it. And here goes Kirby. He goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line, but he almost has a touchdown.
That was like a fast break when he played basketball at Virginia.
So close.
Of course, they didn't let you tackle on the hardwood. It's going to be 1st and goal, and here comes another penalty flag down even before we get a play.
He had a chance to look at that thing once, and once he got his sights on it, just figured, why not? I'll break on it and see if I can make the play.
Well, one of the things about the play, though, that Kirby knew, he had all of these guys behind him, so it didn't make any difference. And when when you pop that ball, you've got to really drive it into the ground so the ball pops way up in the air. He just almost like a pooch kick, hardly even hit it.
You've got to get your guys down 10 yards, give them a chance to get that far. No flag, just a yellow piece of paper on the field. 1st and goal, Garrison Hurst to the 1.
Look at Steve Young is looking at Mike Ditka saying, don't call timeout.
For up-to-date scores, stats, and analysis on all the NFL action, log on to ESPN.com. And remember, fans, only one more week to cast your ballot for the Pro Bowl. Log on to NFL.com and vote after tonight's game. And Steve Young will take a knee.
I'm not kidding. Before the play, though, Steve looked over at Mike Ditka and said, look, don't call timeout. I'm going to take a knee. I promise you. And Mike looked at him and said, okay, I'm not calling timeout.
And if he hadn't done it, Mike Ditka would have come after him.
Probably.
Yeah, I would think so.
Kerry Collins will leave with a loss, but an outstanding performance for the New Orleans Saints. And Steve Young, after a slow start, roared back. And San Francisco wins it 31-20. Big night for Merton Hanks. He played exceptionally well. Our final score, San Francisco 31, New Orleans 20. Coming up next, Sports Center, Dan Patrick and Kenny Mayne, the complete wrap-up of the day in sports. For Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Solomon Wilcox, and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Patrick. Good night from San Francisco. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation.